One, uh, welcome to my channel. My name is Travis Garrison. I want to give honor, glory, and praise to my Father in heaven and my Redeemer, Yeshua. Um, I'm going to try to do a video here. This one here may be kind of lengthy. I don't know. I'm going to try to keep it short, but I'm going to get on with it. I believe that this could be, I believe that we're in the tribulation because there is floods happening across this world like you've never seen. There've been fires like you've never seen, and the news is not telling everybody what's going on. And here's one thing I want to say about all my kids and grandkids. Every one of my kids and grandkids were born on the day of a total solar eclipse, except for one, and that was my grandson that was born on a total lunar eclipse, right as it was happening. But anyway, uh, my granddaughter was, this is her birthday, August 21. That's the day the total solar eclipse went across America. Um, this April 8th is a mirror of my birthday. And for people who don't, um, to understand God, you have to know reflections, symbols, mirrors. You know, that's the way God talks. He talks in animals. Just like this, about 10 years ago, there was no dead tree out here beside my house. And every day I'd go out on the porch, a red bird would fly out of the woods and land on a limb up there and start singing to me. And it done it every day, every time I went out. And I got to tell my wife about it. My wife was really skeptical about things, you know, so I was having a hard time getting her to believe a few things that was happening to me. But anyway, I said, just come on out here on the porch and we'll do it 2 or 3 evenings and you'll see what I'm talking about. So, um, about the third evening, she walked out there with me, and that red bird flew over there and started singing again. So, and I looked it up. A red bird's a canary. And my grandson, that was born on the total lunar eclipse, um, was let's see here, where is it at? Oh, okay. On a total lunar eclipse, was born on September the 19th. I have all my grandfathers except for one was born in September, about 10 of my 10 last grandfathers. I was born in September, my dad was born in September, and my grandson was born in September. One of my grandsons was born in September. And but on he was born September 19th, and here's what happened on his birthday. Lava pours out of a volcano on La Palma in the Spain Canary Islands. And I've got a name, one of my grandparents' last name is Owl, Isle, which means owl. And I trace my genealogy back to the Canary Islands. So it's just more clues to me. And hopefully some of my family will, you know, start seeing, look, I've showed y'all the blue flame, the blue orbs, and, you know, other things in other videos. So what I'm getting around to is that I believe that, I believe that, um, I believe we're in a tribulation period because these total solar eclipses denote God's judgment. And this is another one that's going over in April 8, 2024. That's the mirror of my birthday. My birthday's on September the 8th. So if you took a sheet of paper and you folded it up, folded it in half, April 8th and September the 8th is mirror of each other. So God speaks in languages like that because the first Hebrew language was symbols, pictographs, um, and that's how he tries to talk to you. He can talk to you. He can. One of the first thing that Moses said, "Who do I say sent me?" You know, he was going to get. God told him to lead the children out of Egypt. Moses said, "Well, why will they believe me? Who do I say sends me?" And well, the translations was, some of them was "I am that I am," but the main translation of that is "I will be what I will be," because God's omnipresent. He's in every cell of the air, you know, so he can uh, he can um, be a rock. I mean, he can be a bird. He can be a stick. He can be an eagle. He can be a dog, a cat. He can be anything he wants to be at any time he wants to be. Because it's happened to me I mean, many times. I had an eagle flew over my head twice in a row. One time I had two branches in it, and then one time it just had one branch in it, and it flew right over the top of my head, not even 6 or 8 foot above my head. I just it kind of scared me because it come up from behind me, and it was a bald eagle. But anyway, what I'm saying is, I believe if you go back to the story of Adam and Eve, the serpent told Eve, "You won't surely die if you if you take this fruit of the garden that you wasn't supposed to." Well, it was a half lie, is what I call it. Well, she didn't die right then because Satan knew what he was talking about. Because listen, folks, Satan's got an IQ, I heard, up to 2,000, where human beings, a high IQ is 150 or something like that. I don't know the real numbers, but I just heard that Satan's IQ is up like around 2,000. So what I'm saying is that God said there's a great deception coming, and we're living in that deception right now. And if you don't think Satan can make this whole thing is the mark that's going on right now, I'm gonna try to show you where that it's possible, very likely possible, because now it's in Australia. You can't go to the stores. You can't buy or sell. A lot of people, I think, we're just going to get in line and walk up to a table and get a mark on our hand, because the mark in Greek, the Greek word is charagma, which means sharpened stake, sharpened instrument, pointed like a stake, like a spear, you know, and so that's what the mark means in Greek. And the other thing is the in Revelation 18. I'm going to read it right quick. Revelation 18, and um, if I can get my computer to cooperate, man, I keep getting my sound messed up and all kinds of stuff, so and it's not wanting to respond right now. So while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to read this right here to you. The reason I think it's the mark. Well, let me show you. Let me go ahead. All right, this here, my granddaughter's birthday. Now, if you look at her birth chart, the night she was born, see, this is the sun, moon, and stars right here. And God says they govern the day and they govern the night. Well, what do they govern? They're emitting a frequency, a vibration that governs our thoughts, and we're created from that light. So the sun, moon, and stars, there's different frequencies that govern our thoughts, our thinking. And my granddaughter made this right here. This is the triangle of God. And I'll show you her mom, and I ain't gonna show mine yet. I'm gonna save that for a different video. But I'm just gonna get it across to this, that my grandkids, something significant happens every time they have a birthday. I mean, something worldwide. This is like worldwide stuff. This is two major things that happened on my grandson and my granddaughter. The Canary Island erupted on September the 19th, my grandson's birthday. My granddaughter's birthday, the Great American Eclipse, on her birthday. So I'm just saying that that you know that that I'm having fits with my computer. I, I got this recorder, and it's everything disappears, and you can't pause it. You can't do anything with it. I'm hacked. I mean, the Vatican Pope Pius organizations from Melbourne, Australia, has got my computer hacked. They don't think I know who I am and all that kind of stuff, but I know exactly who I am. Um, so that happened on September the 19th of La Palma. And that Canary Island that bird that come used to sing to me was a red bird. It was a canary. So anyway, but what I'm going to do, I'm read Revelation. Um, okay, let's see here. Revelation 13 and 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given to him to continue 40 and 2 months. All right, let's look that up right quick. The reason I'm going to come up with something here at the end that when it says 40 and 2 months was given to him to 40 is Tess Rock Conta or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but when you click on this, the 40 there is uh, there's how you pronounce it. And it root etymology goes to this: that number is a plural number. Now, when you, because the New Testament was wrote in Greek, so we have to understand the roots, the etymologies to know what the mark is, that now we can't buy and sell. That ought to be clear as day to people, but it's not. They're, they don't see that. They don't see ahead, like what they're doing. You first have to take this stuff, and then if you don't, you can't buy or sell. I mean, it's uh, and the ingredients in this stuff is ungodly. The ingredients that people's taking is ungodly. I mean, it's an app, it's software they're putting in people. So anyway, but that's a plural word, plural number, I should say. And then I want to go over here right quick and read Revelation 18. Okay, Revelation 18 and 23. For people who think the King James Bible is tricking people, it's I mean, I was taught not to go, to not to the King James Bible was the true Bible, but the King James was translated. Okay, it was translated. This is We don't know what the Greek words was when the writings came out because the King James people snuck in words there that would deceive people at the time we're in. Okay, and I heard the light of a candle, and the light of a candle shall shine no more in thee at all, and the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall not be heard in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. That's the King James translation right there. Let's see let's go to the Greek, what it really says. I'm gonna read this. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Because all the nations are deceived right now, all of them. By thy merchants, it says emperos, like emperors, all the Johnson and Johnson, General Electric, and all those are merchants of the earth. Sorceries. Let's see what that is. It's 5331. Look, y'all see the word? It's It's exactly what that's how it's pronounced. That's the Greek that was wrote in the Bible. And it means this right here. Y'all see, see how the King James deceives people? It's they don't want you to get away from that King James Bible because 33 degree Mason translated it, and the Vatican translated it. So you can't tell me that, because I would have thought something altogether different if I'd have, well, everybody is reading that because that would have stuck in my head if I'd have knew that Greek word was that right there. But it says sorceries, and what do you think of when you think of sorceries? You think of witchcraft, stuff like that. You don't think of witches' potions, being given to you. God said there'd be a great deception, and that's what's going on right now. But anyway, I want to get back to, let me see here. Where was I at here? Now, my family is from this right here. That's the double-headed eagle. Donald Trump he's in this bloodline too. He thinks that's why I'm going to say I believe he's the Antichrist myself. People think it's Obama and all that, but I'm going to go by the Bible, what the scriptures say, because the King James Bible it's been translated. So when you read that word 40 years and 40 and 2 months, let me read it here. Remember, it's a plural number. 40 is a plural number. And it's also an indeclinable number. And it's only one time, it was wrote one time in unique form in the King James Bible. 40 and 2, let me go to the scripture. And there was given to him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, and power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. Now, 40 is a plural number. And what we got to understand is that our mindset is thinking on our calendar, our Gregorian calendar. That's what automatically we think. When we read this, we're thinking 40 and 2 months, 42 months. But when you when you go to the Greek and you start seeing what those words really mean, you come up with, well, I'm just going to start off here. I recorded Ezekiel's Wheel Star on December 14th. That was in 2019, I think. Great American Eclipse happened in 2017. That was my granddaughter's birthday. But look here, 11/2016, Trump was voted in office. On 3/2020, Trump declared national declaration, therefore handing power to FEMA and the military. So Trump is no longer in total power. And what does that add up to? 40 months. This 40 is a plural number. It's plus or minus a few numbers. That's what that means. A plural number can be plus or minus a few months, so it could be 41 months, it could mean 41 or 39. But let's just say it's 40 plus, and it missed a month. Okay, when you get down here to it, the Hebrew month is new moon to new moon. Our calendar says 365 days a year. The Hebrew calendar says 360 days a year. Other ancient calendars use 254 days for a year. So you got to stop and think that this could be off a month or two right here, because he was in power for 40 and 2 months. If you think outside the King James Bible and you go to the Greek, you can easily see how that's exactly what timing it was. He is the one that initiated, well, let's see, he signed in warp speed to get the stuff faster, the law. It came on the solution came under Donald Trump. Now mandating all to get it, or you can't buy or sell all across the world. Now there's a beast image of the beast at the United Nations that they just put up, and Australia is under the beast rules. They've clamped down on them, and they say that the 10% that hasn't took anything, there's 10% that's still holding out, that they can't go buy or sell. So I'm just saying, I believe this is the mark. But if it's not, it's a warning It's a warning that it's here, because uh, they probably come out with one that, I mean, I know people that's took 4. So what I'm saying is that people need to be open-minded. They get mad at me because I say, hey, this is possibly a high possibility of being the mark that the Bible talks about, a very high possibility. I pray that it's not. I pray it's a warning. I pray there's time to understand that this could be it. I mean, God warns people. He does warn people, so I'm praying it's a warning. But what I'm saying is that uh, all this stuff, my family's associated with time. I've showed you the orbs and all that stuff when my mom passed away and all that. I've showed you the Ezekiel's wheel. I've showed you the Elijah's whirlwind and all kinds of things. I've showed you that nobody else can show you. I'm not saying I'm anybody. I'm just saying that I'm here to help. I'm going to help you get off this earth, because we're fixing to be. I mean, it's not. I believe this is the shortened of the. I believe this is. God said He'd have to shorten the days. Well, this ain't quite 7 years. The tribulation's supposed to last 7 years, and this is a mirror of my birthday. So that's what I'm saying. God talks in mirrors and reflections and animals and in everything, because He is in everything. He has to maintain it. So He's in every cell in the air. But I want to thank y'all for coming to this video. I'm just saying, they've gave me strikes for this kind of, but I've not watched what I've saying. I'm trying to watch what I'm saying in this now but I want to warn everybody that look, even if it's not, we're so close to it. It's because just you can't go by ourselves is part of the thing. Satan's too smart. When Jesus was here, he said the Antichrist spirit is working right now. That was back then. Satan's been planning this for 6,000 years, and he's coming to deceive you. It's not going to be like you. Some people say you can't accidentally take you can't accidentally take it. I believe you can accidentally take it because Satan's not going to come in here just right out in the blue, tell everybody, the whole world, this is a mark, you take it or you not. I just don't believe he's too smart for that. And God expects us to study to show ourselves approved. We don't even have the right Bibles and stuff, the right writings. There was so many books taken out of that Bible, the Enoch to tell you about angels and all that. They don't want this. Here's what they don't want. Here's what they don't want on highway where I live, Highway 71, which is means in Hebrew, God's complete victory. And there's a lot of people in this bloodline right here up and down my highway. And they have tried to hush me up to not waking up people who they really are, what bloodline they're in, because it matters. It matters what bloodline they're in. I mean, everybody can get saved, but let me see if this will pull up right quick before I get off here. All right, y'all see this? This is the coat of arms or something like that. See that tree with the stars around it? God's angels transcend time and come into human bodies. The book of Enoch, they took out the books of Enoch so you wouldn't know about the angels, how they get here, how they take on human form. Fallen angels did it, so God's angels doing it too. But this is like the Sephiroth, the the stars represent people. God told Abraham, look at the stars, Abraham, that'll be the number of your seed. Well, that's the same thing here. Uh, that's like the Sephiroth. That's his family right there. He's showing you right there. That's God's family with the stars. And it makes you see that? It makes like a pyramid type. Uh, if you go from one star to the next like that, it makes that like that blue pyramid, like here on my granddaughters. You can set that tree and those stars, starting with the star at the top, it right in there. But anyway, uh, this is the Geraldinis. That's the Garrisons, Geraldinis. There's a lot of different surnames for this, and they believe if they can get God's angels to not know who they are, that the end won't happen like the Bible says. But I'm gonna do whatever I can to let people know that hey, you might be an angel in a human body, because that's what's happening because they've hid the information from us. And that that these angels transcend time, just like Donald Trump thinks he's a time traveler. He probably is. His spirit probably is because we're spirit in a human body. We're angels or spirits in human bodies. Everybody's a spirit in the human body, one way or another. You're one seed or the other, and they don't want people. They want us to believe the angels are just hanging around up there in heaven or whatever. Yeah, they're all around us, I'm sure, but some are angels in human bodies, just like the two that went to Abraham's nephew Lot and got him out of Sodom. That, and then three angels went to Abraham, and they were men. And so it's not so far fetched to think that people could be angels in human bodies if you know the whole truth. Anyway, thank y'all for coming to my channel. We're all, a lot of us are descendants of this bloodline right here. Um, right there. That's why that painting's worth more than anything in this world, right? The painting is that she was Mona Lisa Geraldini, or Gerald. They were called the Geraldinis, and they're angels in human bodies. And they don't want you to know that. Highway 71, Mena, Arkansas, Highway 71, DeQueen, Arkansas. You're under a witchcraft spell, so you won't know this at who you are. And thank y'all for coming to my channel. Hope everyone has a great day.